Good morning. Today we'd like to take you through some of the features of the exam. So we're going to use our demo exam that is available online at www.clarb.org under the green Take the Exam section. So you can play with this demo as much as you would like and use it to better understand how the exam functions before your exam next week. So let's get started. First, we're going to cover in this demo kind of all the different types of questions that you'll see in the L.A.R.E. It'll also give you access to use the calculator and the whiteboard and comments and anything that you'd like to understand in the exam functionality. So a multiple response question is one that asks you to choose more than one answer. Sometimes it'll say choose a specific number. Sometimes it'll say choose all. It will never be one answer and it will never be all of the answers. So if they specify, be sure to choose the appropriate number that they've told you to. Another distinct feature about multiple responses are the little markers are square. And so that's another way you can tell that this is a multiple response question. On a multiple choice question, you'll only be able to select one, so it'll switch as you pick. It will also have the round circle, so that'll show you that it's just one answer. For the whiteboard feature, you can actually open it up and you can make notes here to yourself if you'd like to come back and check it out. This can also be moved around. It can also be open at the same time as the calculator, so you can make calculations and make notes as necessary. Some of the whiteboard features I want to point out are first, if you click on the pencil, you can actually draw. So you can draw whatever you need to draw. If you make a mistake, you can erase it. If you'd like to type, you can click this little letter A and it'll create a text. And then you can use your keyboard to type notes to yourself. If you run out of space and you need extra pages, you can click this little plus button and you can have as many pages as you would like. This information is also saved. So when you go out of it, even if you move on, when you pull it back up, all your notes will be there. Another thing that you can do is you can make notations and you can use the reference number of which question you're on at that moment. Another feature of the exam is some of the questions have what you call exhibits. So be sure to check out the exhibit because the exhibit will provide valuable information that you need in order to know how to answer the question. If you have no idea of the answer, or if you just would like to come back to it, you can just skip a question and it will show up on the review screen as incomplete. Another option, if you want to come back to questions, is you can click Mark for Review and you can come back to questions and check them later, even if you've answered them. Another thing to remember is that you do not ever rotate tokens. And so when we get to a question that orientation will matter, you will be provided the appropriate orientation, and that is the one that you will use. You do not need to change the direction of the other options. If you decide you want to take a break, you can choose this take a break feature right here, and it's going to take you to the review screen. You have to finalize your answer to the questions that you've seen prior to taking your break. So if you're going to take a break, I would click the take a break button, finalize your answers, and then follow the steps to notify the proctor. If you're at a test center, you'll need to raise your hand and notify a proctor to come over and initiate the break. If you're online, you'll need to chat the proctor and notify them that you're going to take a break. You can jump back to questions that you left blank and figure out your answer, and then jump back to the review screen here once you've done that. Oh, and I almost didn't choose 3, and I don't know what the answer is, so I'm not paying attention. So then you go to review, and you can also say, ooh, I wanted to mark this one and double check. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm good there. go back to my review. I do want to take my break now. I've notified the proctor and the proctor has approved my break. And now I'm on break. At this point, if you're testing at the test center, you can go out and use the bathroom. If you're testing at home, you can also do the same. You are authorized to leave the room at this moment. When you return, you'll hit return to test. It's going to bring you back to this review screen. And if you click on return to exam, it's going to take you right where you left off. And in this case, it would be right to question 6. And so then I'm going to follow along and finish my test. Another type of item is what you call a hotspot. And so it's asking you to click the zebra. And so that indicates where the zebra is. And as I mentioned before, I can even go back now and still see my notes that I left to myself. And I can finish my exam and continue moving through. The comments feature are comments that you would like to make to a test writer. And then that will save it and it'll go directly to the item writer and they'll review those. Please note on this question, I only put one answer. If I go to my review screen, it's going to show that question is complete. So be sure to make sure, question 7. Be sure to make sure that you answer the question fully. The minute you put any type of item on there, it's going to show that that question is complete. Same here, if I leave them all blank, it'll show as incomplete, but the minute I place one answer, it's going to show this as a complete question. And as you navigate through the test, you can make decisions about what you need to do and how you're going to best complete your exam and provide your correct showing of your competency. Once you're finished and you've finalized all your answers, because you'll get to the review screen again after you've seen all the questions, you can go back and finalize the answers on the remaining questions. And then you can end your test and be sure that you are done and you would like to finish. And that will end your exam. We wish you the best of luck on your exam next week. And please feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Thank you.